Today's topic is the introduction to slope. So on your notebook, please title this Introduction to Slope. And the date is June 24th, 2018. Next, we're going to take a look at the coordinate plane. It is really important that we keep in mind everything that we have learned so far about the coordinate plane. We might have to think back and remember what this coordinate plane looks like and what comes along with the coordinate plane. One very important thing is that we keep in mind that we have a y-axis and an x-axis. I have color-coded these axes for us so that we can keep in mind the difference. Realizing the difference will be very important for today's lesson because each axis will play an important role in figuring out this slope. We are going to learn about how we can navigate from one point to the other. Here we were given 2 points, 1, 3, and 2, 4. If we remember what each of these points mean, we know that the first number relates to the x-axis and the second number relates to the y-axis. Here we look at how we got to this first point. We moved over 1 and we went up 3 on the y-axis. The same way that we got from here to 2 and we went up 4 on this y-axis. We have these 2 points listed and pointed out on this coordinate plane. They are on the same plane, so we know that they mean something. They are on this same plane. When we look at this, they relate to each other. We're going to learn about how they relate to each other. One way to start us off is noticing the color codes. I have the x-axis in green and the x values in green. The y-axis is pink, and so are the numbers. Really take a moment to think about what this movement means. We're going up 3 and over 1. And we have this other point that also took some steps to get there. We had to move over 2, we had to move up 4. So now think about from how we can relate these two, and if I want to get from this point to this point, what can I do? How can I relate them? Am I going to say move to the left, move to the right, move around? One way we can relate is this theory called the rise over the run. Our rise is relating to the y-axis, hence why it is pink. And the run is in green, and that is why it is run, x-axis, green. Think about these numbers and think about the colors because they relate to each other. So here I have drawn some arrows so that we can think about it. So we have these 2 points again, and if I want to get here to here and I follow this ratio, the rise is going to come first. And if I look at the values, the y values are 3 and 4. So if I'm moving from 3 to 4 on the y-axis, it is 1. And if I am moving on the x-axis, it is from 1 to 2. So the movement is from 1 to 2. And that is again 1. And here our ratio is 1 over 1. So more vividly, we have the definition of the slope. Please copy this down in your notes so that you can remember that it is the ratio of the difference in the x values between 2 points on a line. I have color-coded it once again, and I have drawn a picture so that you can visualize it if you're a visualizer, or I have just a numerical one if that is as much as you need. I have the words here, and everyone please take a moment to write it in whatever way is helpful. Write it in all the ways if it's helpful, but please make sure that you have this in your notes so that when you are given 2 points on your homework on an exam, you will remember how you calculate this slope. We are going to do some examples together, and we will pass out some worksheets and homework so that everyone can have a chance to practice and really remember what this slope means and how we will find it.